Right, well, this is a very short story, and I'm a real amateur compared with a lot of the very talented writers here tonight, but David very kindly said I could read it, so I'm going to. It's a class I go to, and we were given newspaper headlines, and we had to write a story related to the newspaper headline, and my headline was One Giant Leap. Mrs. Brodie was a widow. Her husband had died a year ago. She had decided her husband had not been a very nice man, but he had left a husband-shaped vacuum. She had retired, and now she had no husband and no idea what to do with the rest of her life. A day at the zoo would be a pleasant but pointless distraction. If she described the trip to herself as enriching, she felt a bit better about it. On her walk to the zoo, she observed the energy and vitality of London. She loved it, but she felt she had not thrown herself wholeheartedly into the life of the city. Her timidity had always tugged at her sleeve and held her back. Now her well-trodden pathways round the city seemed disappointingly familiar. She arrived at the zoo and wandered, feeling uneasy but fascinated as she viewed the captive animals. Eventually she came to the kangaroos. She was surprised at how dainty the one nearest to her appeared. It had long, thick black eyelashes and huge dark eyes. Its fur was mushroom-coloured and looked thick and soft. It held its long, bony paws together close to its breast and looked sadly and obliquely at her. Its small enclosure under the grey London sky seemed a poor swap for the sweltering expanses of Australia. Mrs. Brodie stared at the kangaroo, and the kangaroo stared at Mrs. Brodie. Mrs. Brodie imagined Australia, and she liked what she imagined. She made up her mind. She would move to Australia. New people, new places, and lots of sunshine. She would make a brave decision, and she would not listen to the timid voice inside. She left the zoo and walked to the bus stop, imagining her exciting new life. But by the time she had reached home and put her key in the lock, the timid voice inside was insisting to be heard.